What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. If you give me the HKO special, help the king out, hit the like, subscribe, and comment. All right, so let's get into this. Let's talk about the All Star game. Yes, it's been just a real dud this past week. They scored, yeah, high points of 211, but it's just like no one really even cares about it anymore. So here's let's read into this article and see what it is. And yeah, it's let the fans down. So how did the All Star game let fans down? So there is Soap, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, and there's a Maxi. Okay, so it's no secret that NBA has a defense problem. The number average of points scored per team has been steadily climbing over the last 20 years, right from 93.4 from 03-04 season to 115.4 in the 23-24 season as of February. But nothing encapsulates the NBA's defensive problem quite like the annual All-Star game, which wrapped up on Sunday evening, an event widely panned by fans and commenters alike. This year, the East beat the West with a final score. Yep, you heard it. 211 to 186, making the East the first team to surpass 200 points in a game history. To many fans, it's a disappointing, uncompetitive lack of defense, making it so boring and bordered on unwatchable. And here's David Aldrich. That was dreadful. Again, I am beginning to think this game is irredeemable. I am not sure why even minimal defensive effort is beyond this generation of all-stars, but maybe time to end this game if they can't give a damn than that. More of a damn than that. Many of the All Stars players say they are worried about injuries and are hesitant to push themselves for a game that has no bearing on the results of the rest of the season. Obviously, the fans in the league and everybody wants to be competitive, but then you as a player think about not getting hurt. All Star player Anthony Davis says, obviously, injuries are part of the game, and no one wants to get hurt in an All Star game. And of course, Michael Pena says, my favorite All Star is watching Luca and Jokic lock horns and battle, see who cares less about the game. And this year's NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and other league executives were pushing players to make the game more competitive after last year's All Star game. Television reached an all time low. And to the Eastern Conference stars, you scored the most points, said a visibly annoyed NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Well, congratulations. Yeah, he was annoyed. And ahead of the All Star game, Silver was more upbeat. I think we're going to see a good game in the NBA annual midseason showcase at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Sunday. After the failure of this year's game, fans started coming up with creative sense to push players to care about the game's outcome. Or easiest fix in the world, the NBA winner gets home court advantage in the NBA Finals. Easy. Good night. Oh, the USA world is probably the only way to fix the All-Star game. Need some bad blood trash taking pride during the All-Star game. So yeah, it's just an S show, a shit show, with this All-Star game. So that's the way I see this. And back in the days, in the 80s and 90s, I used to enjoy the All-Star game. We used to enjoy, them being a little competitive. I mean, one year, like, what is it, in the 88 or 89, it was very competitive. Went to overtime, Sleepy Floyd had to make two free throws, Yeah, that was a competitive. Or even with Jordan there, competitive. And it's kind of lost itself. And now we have this game playing this load management stuff, injuries and NBA players making way more much money than ever. And another thing is, don't want to get too much into this, but they play all this gun control thing, woke, Black Lives Matter, and it's really killed the NBA. Even if they're trying to reach out to the world, and in the world they're paying attention a little bit because of China and all that, and Philippines. But the problem is, the NBA in the States, it's not becoming a product that we want to keep watching. So it's getting really sad. Or I guess they might have to tell do something else with the NBA's All-Star game. I don't know if you're going to have that in-game tournament. I'm not even too much of a fan of it, but in the other leagues, I am a fan of it because it does determine the championship in those other leagues. I would just say, hey, let's have the play-in game in during the All-Star break if that's what it is, and keep the incentives going. But that's just something to think about because this All-Star game, I don't even care. I don't even like look all excited about the schedule about it. So yeah, it's one less thing to worry about because no one's competitive. No, it's just an offensive shit show, and it's gonna be that way forever. And it's getting worse. So I don't know. And Adam Silver signed on for another till the end of this decade. We don't know. So that's where it is. All right. So if you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKO special. Help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and so on. So I'll see you in my next video.